Quite often you're going to be seeing a difference in the color palette. If both are running an emulator, or not both are running an emulator, if both are running in console, the difference in capture cards can make the difference. I said difference twice. But yeah, we see a lot of that. Even the same capture card, depending on how it's set up, can be very, very different. Well, we're basically getting started here, it looks like. Okay, and we're off. So, racing, we have MrStiverson versus DunkelGotik. On paper, this is obviously a very close one. These seeds are back to back. And I'm not quite sure what MrStiverson's PV is, but I'm pretty confident that it's sub 11. Dunkel with a 1058. So I'm thinking this will be quite a close one. As always, this is going to be a best of 3. So in order to take down the match, we'll need to win 2 races. Just trying to get a nice sync on both of the streams here. Okay, going into Y3, hopefully we'll have no issues. Any early signs of nerves can kind of show up in Y3 quite easily. Obviously there's a lot of platforming going on and if you're overthinking it, it's very, very easy to just make one mistake and then end up dying. Both looking good for 259. Oh well, Dunkel with a 258. Very close. I reckon we might see a shell jump attempt from MrStiverson. Oh, and it looks like we did, but didn't get through the shell there. Oh! Oh, I looked away for 2 seconds. What happened? I was reading chat, and now Dunkel's having to do this level again. Oh dear. Must have died right at the end. Because I pretty much assumed that level was over, and then that happened. Oh no. He died. Yeah, so not quite sure. Maybe he died in that final fish, or maybe the final spiky ball. I need to learn what those are called. Always just call, yeah, the spike. Dying. So yeah, that's a pretty nice lead for MrStiverson. Obviously, that can be overturned quite easily. One mistake is all it takes. And in a high variance category like 11 exit, that's very easy for that to happen. So in terms of what's coming up later today, we don't officially have anything scheduled yet, but I know that there are a couple of people trying to get their matches scheduled for today, so we might have more coming up later. Obviously, Saturday's quite a good day to do tournament races on, so it was a bit unfortunate that we didn't originally have anything scheduled for today, but we'll just see what's happening. So nice start from MrStiverson. The only thing that went wrong there basically was no shell jump, and can't blame someone for that. Shell jumping is pretty damn hard. And I don't think I've ever went for shell jump in Y4, which probably says a lot about me. Stiverson seems to have an okay flight speed, definitely not 51. Okay, so if I'm saying 51 flight speed, I'm referring to the fastest flight speed, and it's very, very hard to tell what speed you've got, although I think Dunkel might have fast fly. Oh, actually, maybe not. It looked fast, but it's quite hard to tell on someone else's stream. That's pretty interesting. Both missed the key just at the end. Both wasted a bit of time. Looking forward to seeing what happens in DS1. Very tech-heavy level. Ooh, and Stiv just losing the shell after re-grabbing it. That was going pretty well. Dunkel just having a slight issue grabbing that shell first try. Gets it in the end. Oh, that's going to be pretty costly potentially. Stiv getting hit, losing cape, so we... Interested to see if he's going to go on without cape or not. I reckon we might get to see him go on without cape. So Dunkel at the moment is the one with the opportunity to catch up. We'll be saving time in Ghost House, most likely. Ooh, nice backup. Nice backup indeed. Didn't look like he was going to be able to get P-speed there. Look at how close this is now. We're basically synced up. Zips will probably decide who's going to be in the lead, and Stiverson with slightly better zips. 286 compared to 281. So I can't imagine either are going to be massively pleased with that, but definitely gives Stiv a bit of an edge here. Ooh, and Dunkel having a bit of an issue with Star Roll 2. MrStiverson getting very close to getting that strat at the end of Star World 2. Pretty precise. Very nice Star World 3 from MrStiverson. The optimal strat for that can be pretty tricky at times. MrStiverson taking Star World 4 save? That's a bit surprising, honestly. Unfortunately, all of my streams are buffering like crazy. I can't see anything at the moment. It doesn't seem to be letting up at all. No, I can't get either stream to work. Oh, we're back. Well, we must have been fine in Star World 4 then. Oh no, MrStiverson, how did that happen? I'm not sure if he got Dorify, but I'm going to guess that he didn't, and that's what caused that. Oh, and Dunkel in a sort of interesting situation. Well, nicely recovered. Oh, he got door flying then. Oh yeah, it's very easy. Press up or down there. Whoa, and MrStiverson's ahead because Dunkel just played that dark room really safe. So if Dunkel has a perfect cape kill, or at least doesn't have any issues with it, this will be their victory. But MrStiverson has a very good chance here. But just pulling off cape kill here will secure Dunkel the victory. Dunkel lining up for... Okay, well... Weird things have happened. Alignment not so easy. Although gets it. Oh no, what happened there? Well, he still had proper flight there, so that was unfortunate. I think MrStiverson has a decent enough lead here, even with cape kill. But obviously this comes down to actually landing these last two hits. Oh wow, this is going to be close. This is going to be really, really close. Oh my word! Oh my word! If they had both landed that at the same time, that was going to be so close, but unfortunately for MrStiverson, those two missed hits will have cost him that race. Oof, I agree. Well, don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad. I choked my first race against Calco by missing the last hit as well. But wishing you all the best. And hopefully bringing that back to even. But it's going to be tough now. Oh, it was still really close. An 11:38 RTA compared to an 11:41. Wow. Only 3 seconds in it for RTA. So big congrats to Dunkel, making this 1-0, taking down one more race and the match is over. So yeah, very nice start for Dunkel. That's a pretty good result considering what happened as well. Gonna try and not be dumb. Nice. Yeah, so best of luck to both runners in their next race. Looking forward to this. Room is open. Alrighty, and we're getting started again. Best of luck to both runners. Last race was very, very close. Only 3 seconds in it. So Dunkel managed to pull that race off after dying right at the end of YI4. So Dunkel must be feeling pretty good about that. It's also really nice to be going into your second race with that first one under your belt. It feel quite intimidating being 1-0 down and going into the last match, but a lot of people at this point have pulled it off. Sometimes it can add more pressure, and sometimes it can relieve some pressure if you kind of resign yourself to having lost. Kind of feel like that's what happened in one of my races. Being 1-0 down, I was just like, you know what, let's just hammer out a run. See what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing what Stiv managed to pull off here. And I'm looking forward to seeing whether Dunkel can make this 2-0. The mind games are real in tournaments. Although it's mostly battling with your own mind that's the challenge. No issues again in Y3. Always like to see that. You, Mike, the Pawn Star, thank you so much for the 14 biddies. Much appreciated. Every little helps. Okay, Stiv going for the shell jump again. Doesn't quite get it. Dunkel will be feeling good about getting out of Y4 this time in one piece. And I wasn't quite sure whether Dunkel was attempting shell jump as well. I don't think Dunkel attempted it last time. But if you're going to be passing up on this shell, make sure you spin jump on it. Get rid of it. It helps reduce a little bit of lag. I know I say this like every time, but it's recommended that you do that. Stiv with a really nice room 1, getting a 281. Very nice. Yeah, the sync's pretty good as well, considering naturally Dunkel's stream is about 3 seconds ahead, so that's a manual sync. So shoutouts to Walk for the good restream. Ooh, and Stiv having a couple of issues grabbing that cape. That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, I don't mean grabbing cape, I mean he got hit and then had to go back and get it again, but yeah, that's a bit interesting. That should be something that you should feel very, very comfortable with doing, and it's very easy to mess it up in a tournament race. I think I've messed it up like 2 or 3 times out of the 5 races I've done. It's interesting how that's been a recurring issue for a lot of people. Yeah, it definitely is the best place to lose cape. Oh, and Dunkel again having issues in dark room, or not dark room, dry room. Not grabbing that shell first try. My Stiv last time nearly had a really good DS1. Oh, I'm losing the shell basically in the same way again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Getting close to a 57. Very high to 56. Last time Stiv lost Kit in this level. So thankfully getting past that first boo ring where it happened. Nice and Dunkel, learning from last time. Getting that boo ring, no problem. Dunkel had a really nice backup last time after missing it. And Stiv went for that wall pixel in the cutscene. Not quite getting it though. Definitely one of my favorite things. And we've seen the places change hands here. Stiv getting a very nice Stiv 2. Dunkel not getting either again. Zips feel very overwhelming in a tournament scenario. I don't know why, it's just one of those things that just seems to be so hard. I mean, they're hard anyway, but they feel even worse in a tournament. Stiv again with a really nice Star World 3. That strat is no joke, it's pretty difficult. Stiv again looks like he's playing for a safe Star World 4. Well, if you feel more comfortable doing it that way, more power to you. I've been pretty convinced. Yeah, Laura, it's very costly. Hoping for Stiv that Room 2 goes a lot better than last time. Oh, and Dunkel missing out on that door fly. But it is MrStiverson that holds onto this lead. Still very little in it. These Bowser fights are going to be very important. And MrStiverson's Dark Room is helping him out again. Basically close to optimal. Still very good. Yeah, it was a wee bit scary. That's another good thing about tournaments, you get to see a real variation in people's strats, and until recently, I don't think I'd ever seen anybody go flying to the right at the end of phase 1. That second hit. Yeah, Stiv's Dark Room was pretty nice looking. And it's pretty cheap of me to say, oh, it was nearly optimal. because fully optimal is just insane. If I got a dark room like that, I would consider it optimal. And indeed, that's the way I approach it as well. Well, it looks like it's Dunkel to make the first mistake on Bowser. I reckon really bad things are going to have to happen for this lead to change again. So MrStiverson looking to be in a very good position here to make this one each. But GG, this was overall a very nice run. 10:57 RTA. SRL time was probably going to be about 55. Wow, SRL's lagging like crazy today. Apparently that was an 11:01. It was nowhere near it. Far better than that. Yeah, so it looks like we've got a tiebreaker here. MrStiverson making it one each. All the more exciting. And Dunkel has finished up as well with a time of 11:26. So about 30 seconds apart this time. Still having a really good run. I'm trying to think what even went wrong. Oh yeah, Stiv had issues in DP1. Probably the biggest time loss. Can't really think. It seemed pretty good to me. Oh, and Zips, the first Zip. Yeah, so we've had two pretty close races. Dunkel was only a couple of seconds away going into Bowser, so this has been really good. These guys are very, very evenly matched. I think this is a really good matchup. But we're getting started. We're nearly ready. And we should be getting started within 15 seconds of me saying this. And I will have to be right back in about 2 or 3 minutes. I will let these guys, World Ones, speak for themselves because I've got to answer the door. Okay, and we're back. Ooh, this looks to be pretty close. I reckon both have had pretty good runs up to this point. And unfortunately for Dunkel, that's 3 out of 3 having issues in that dry room. And looks like it was 3 out of 3 for losing the shell there for MrStiverson, having a bit of an issue with that bend. It can be pretty tough, that part. Definitely the hardest part to hold onto the shell. I wasn't quite sure whether MrStiverson was going to get P-speed there, but seems to be fine. Very nice secret house. Very nice secret house from both of them. It looks like MrStiverson has a lead of about 3 seconds. The zips are going to play an important role again. Well, that was unexpected. As MrStiverson was taking that second zip, it did look a bit far to the left and just... I don't know what happened there. Well, like, obviously he went too far to the left and died. He went off screen, but... Wow. Big, big drama in Star World 1. This is pretty tough, and goes back for Kip as well, so this is gonna cause an even bigger lead for Dunkel. So Dunkel looking to have a pretty good advantage here. There's a Star World 2 in it. Dunkel getting a 91. Not too bad. And at this point, MrStiverson will have to bank and hope that Dunkel will make a mistake, but otherwise this should be quite a nice lead. Well, we see an oof in chat from MrStiverson. I'm not sure if that's referring to the Star World 1, or whether we've got something nasty coming up here. Star World 4. Okay, interesting taking the bottom route this time. So another very interesting room 5 from Dunkel. Dunkel getting rid of the unnamed black starfish. MrStiverson going for room 5, even without the fire flower. It is slightly faster to go for room 7, but I don't blame anyone for going for the safe option. Room 7's pretty tricky. And if it's not something that you're familiar with, those fireballs are going to make it interesting. Absolutely beautiful dark room for MrStiverson. Well, it could. Definitely could. If you're behind, you're probably wanting to save whatever time you can. But, yeah, assuming this phase 1 goes well for MrStiverson, will be saving a little bit of time. Certainly going in the right direction for MrStiverson, but Dunkel holding on to this lead. Possibly about 20 seconds. And that manual ball skip this time went a bit unfortunately. Needs to ensure they get this hit. Thankfully, Dunkel gets the hit, but this could be very close again. Oh wow, and MrStiverson not going for the cape kill version of phase 2? Oh, well, we'll just have to see what happens. Dunkel 2 hits away instead of 1. Normally you would have an extra Mecha Koopa. Oh wow. Well, Stiv has that extra Mecha Koopa. Oh my. Well, damn, that last one was close. I do feel that Dunkel had it though. But that was the closest of the 3. Big GG's. Massive congrats. That was a very, very good race. Very close. Glad to hear it, MrStiverson. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm hoping that everybody enjoyed watching it as well. And it looks like MrStiverson happy with the result. I think Dunkel might have taken that by about 2 seconds. I'm just having a look on the stream just to see what the difference is on the sync. Mine weren't synced all that well. Yeah, Luke Dunkel got it fairly solidly. Time to get a 123. Well, if there's anybody that's going to be the next person to get a 123, it's going to be yourself. And I'm looking forward to seeing more attempts. Yeah, folks, so it seems for, let's see, I don't think we have any more batches this evening. No, we're all free. Well, that's pretty unfortunate. Our next match will be tomorrow. This one's early for me, so it's going to be even earlier for all the rest of you. It's going to be at 5 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, 5 a.m. Eastern. Although, even though it's on at a very unfortunate time, it's definitely one of the matches I've been looking forward to most. Volpe versus Rich. And yeah, that's insanely close. I maybe lean slightly towards Volpe just because of his experience. He's been doing this category for about 5 years. That certainly helps. But Rich is a very, very, very good 11 exit runner. A very nice cloud time, very nice orb time. I'm not sure about no major glitches, but probably has a really good time of that as well. So yeah, we got that. Then tomorrow is where it really kicks off. We've got X-Paku versus Xanderweb. That's our first round 4 match. So getting pretty serious at this point. Also reminds me I'm gonna have to schedule with Louis pretty soon. That's gonna be that's gonna be good. Or at least I hope it's gonna be good. Hopefully I can make it close. But yeah, you can see the times tomorrow. Yeah, very early start. 5 a.m. That's 10 a.m. for me. So I will definitely be restreaming that one. I think I'm gonna be the only person that's awake. But yeah, thanks to both of our racers. Thanks so much to MrStiverson. I hope you've had a lot of fun. And yeah, it's been fun watching your race. You'll be up. Will you still be awake, or will you be waking up at that time? Because either way, that sounds pretty horrible. But anyway, folks, that's us for now. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed that, and yeah, take care, everyone. Actually, a very appropriate host. We're going to host BK. BK was the person that put up $1,041 worth of prizes for this tournament. Oh, it's only 2 a.m. Oh, you must be West Coast, like Rich as well. Alright, cool. So we're going to host BK. Again, very generously putting up prize money for this tournament.